Locked in my room, 4 black walls, tied the noose, no recall, no result, fuck withdraw.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see in the intro video, we're going to be working on this 2003 Chevy Silverado. Customer brought it in. The rear axle is making some noise and starting to go out. So instead of rebuilding this bad boy, we're just going to take the old axle out and use the donor truck here and take this axle out of here and put it in here. Science stuff. So we're going to do, actually today is going to be more of a educational video. I'm going to take you step by step how we do this. I do this, me. But yeah, so we'll just get right into this. I'll show you guys what tools I use along the way. I'm not going to lay everything out for you. We'll just step by step go through the process. So here we go. All right, first things first, I'm gonna get this thing jacked up in the air a little bit and get our jack stands placed under the frame. Take the wheels and tires off of it. Hopefully that'll allow enough room, should allow enough room for the axle to come out. So let's get it. Okay, we're about halfway through step one, and I realized I don't have a key for the lug nuts on this, the special whatever. So I'm gonna run and eat lunch while that's getting dropped off. The owner actually should have it, if not have a spare. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Oh, and when I get back, I'm actually going to, for all you power tool guys, we got the old, I think it's like the first generation of the Milwaukee Impact. I don't know if it'll zoom in on that. The 1/2-inch drive. And I've got a Matco 3/8 drive that I'm gonna see if it will actually break the lug nuts on this loose. So we're gonna do a little test. This thing is clapped. This has been used on, it's been hurt. I've not been very nice to poor impact, but it's been, just for example, it's been on pipeline, doing pipeline work, construction. Anybody that knows anything about ductile iron and all the fittings and all the big ass fucking inch and a quarter nuts this thing has drove, has been insane. So yeah, we're gonna test that out when we get back. All right, we're back, and the tools socket set is dropped off. These are actually the, it'll focus, 45/64 inside dimensions, 6 spline lug nut socket right here. I don't know why this isn't focusing. As you'll see, boom. So, might as well go ahead and stick socket on. And like I said, we'll give the 3/8 Matco. This thing will freaking zoom in. There it is. See if this bad boy will break a lug nut loose. Negative. All right. That didn't work. So, I gotta get a battery for that bad boy. All right, the 3/8 would not take the lug nuts loose. I don't know if these lugs have been torqued or if they were put on with an actual impact. All the ugga-duggas, so it's hard telling how much it would actually take to take this off. Let's see if the old Milwaukee will do it. Again, this thing has been used and abused. You can, like, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's kind of coming and going. Like, it doesn't make a good connection. think it's time to buy a new impact. I guess it's time for the breaker bar. Well, I have forgotten, evidently, that my breaker bar has been broken again. So I don't have time to run and get one of those at the moment and get this job done. So we are going to be using the 4-way. I just wanted to break a sweat today, I guess. So we're gonna take it off. All right, all of the lug nuts are broke loose, so I'm just gonna go ahead and be a simp and use the impact to take them the rest of the way off because I'm lazy. See, why can't everything just work? It's a sign you guys need to like and subscribe. Follow the channel so I can afford some new tools. Maybe be able to work on things a little easier, more efficiently. I'm really just a tight ass and don't like buying tools if I don't have to. These, luckily, this set of sockets was able to be borrowed, so let's see here. Oh yeah. Oh, drilled and slotted rotors, huh? Race truck. It's a goddamn race truck. All right. And I'm just gonna repeat the process on the other side and then we'll move to step next. All right, we are under the truck. Our next step is we are gonna be removing both shocks off of this truck completely. Then after that, we will be removing, if you'll follow the brake line here, runs up to this little connection. We'll remove that there. And then we will have to remove the emergency brake lines, parking brake lines, up on the frame, which I'll show you in a minute, along with the axle. It's been a long day. The drive shaft from the axle. If you can tell, this truck actually has a lift kit of some sort on it, which we'll obviously be putting back on. And then we're going to be swapping the drilled and slotted rotors over to the replacement axle. Actually, we'll probably end up leaving these shocks on this one, unless the other ones are in better shape, which I don't think they are. So that's what we're going to do. All right, the shocks are off. I went ahead and loosened the U-bolts up. They're holding the axle up. I'm gonna go ahead and take these rotors off and the calipers. I think the brake pads are still new, fairly new. We're gonna reuse all this on the other axles, so when I drop this, I don't damage the rotor or anything sitting on the ground since this axle is junk. Yeah, so basically, it must be an 11. Did I not grab an 11? No. Let's see. These bolts back here on your slides are 13 millimeters. I've already got that one loose. Take those out. There's one on the bottom. Those two come off. Take your line off. And this whole assembly comes off for anybody that doesn't know. And we'll be reusing it all on the other truck. So I'm gonna get the right tools and get these off here. All right, see here behind me, we got the axle out of the Chevy, or the old axle out of the Chevy that we're putting the new one in. Now it's time to get back on this one and get this one dropped out. It'll be the same exact process as the other one. These are basically identical trucks. So we'll do the same thing, taking the shocks loose, I'm gonna just take the shocks loose, get all the brake lines loose. This one doesn't have a drive shaft, so I don't have to worry about that. Take the wheels, tires, get the rotors, everything off, and get this thing out and cleaned up a little bit. Check the fluids on it, get some spray paint on it, cleaned up, and back in this Chevy. So we'll get that knocked out and do a little video of getting this one put back in. So let's get it. All right, we now have both axles laying on the ground. Let's see. As you can see, these brake lines are pretty good shape, not rusted real bad. This side over here, the main one coming down from the frame, I just went ahead and broke it off because it's not gonna be reused. I just didn't have a good way to get a hold of this. Get a hold of this fitting here to get that off. So now that it's out, I can get it with a pair of vice grips or the right wrench and get that off there. But axle's a little crunchy. Just gonna wire wheel kind of everything off, knock all the majority of the rust off of it, and take the brake calipers and rotors and everything off of this axle, get it stripped. I may go ahead and switch out this brake line just due to this one looks like it's in better shape and has been replaced since it doesn't have that factory coiling on it. So, and yeah, it looks like its fitting's a little fucky. So I may go ahead and just swap, since we know everything on this axle was good other than the internals. I'm gonna go ahead and swap it onto this axle. And then hopefully get this axle cleaned up and painted and back in old maroon booty here. So stay tuned, we'll get her done. All right, the new axle is stripped of all of the old brake lines and brakes and caliper rotors. I'm gonna leave the emergency brake cable, parking brake cables on it. They're still pretty good shape. Let's see, we did find out that one of the shock brackets had been broken off of this. Looks like somebody had tried to repair it before. So we're going to grind this all down and clean up the welds on the axle and the bracket and re-weld it back on like so. So we'll get that cleaned up and the bracket on it and get this bad boy scrubbed down and painted and put back together and back in the truck and get her back on the road. So all right, so the axle's cleaned up and all the brakes and lines are all back on the axle and it's ready to go back in the truck. So we got everything back on, all the brackets are on, etc. It's cleaned up a little bit and painted. Let's get her back in this bad boy. All right, everybody. I'm sorry, but I don't have any video of the truck actually completed and done. It was a customer's truck that come into the shop, so I was kind of in a hurry to get it done. Not leaving me enough time to really do any more video and working on the truck. So I do appreciate you guys watching my video. If you guys will like, subscribe, comment what maybe you would like to see more of. I plan on doing a couple more little videos like this, and they'll get better as time goes on, just due to it'll be more planned out, and I just get the hang of things. So again, I do appreciate everybody watching this video. Subscribe and like, and hopefully we'll get some more content out for you guys. So let's go.